Happy Sunday, everyone. And more importantly, happy spring equinox. So, this is a beautiful time of year for new beginnings and brighter times and that lovely spring weather and setting goals. So, it's absolutely my favorite time of year. um, so, Today I wanted to talk to you about why is everybody making such a fuss about essential oils? Like, what's the big deal? What's all this buzz about? Um, because a lot of you may have heard of the essential oils and kind of fascinated by them or kind of just curious why so many people are starting to use them more and more now. So let me tell you a couple of the reasons why I believe that's happening. So um, for for me, I started using essential oils back in 2000 and I think 2013. And at first I was just using them in a diffuser or well, no, the very first I probably used them in a burner, but then I realized that that was a waste of time because it was killing all the good properties in them. So then I moved on to diffusers, and by putting them into a diffuser, that was really a game changer for me because you could really smell the aroma better, and it was much better for your mood, and just like bringing a whole beautiful aroma into the house. So, and I used to use them a little bit in my bath. So it was really for just mood lifting, de-stressing, nice smells. And then I heard about the brand doTERRA and that you could take a lot of them internally, and even put some of them neat on the skin. And that kind of blew my mind 'cause that had never come into my sphere of awareness before. So of course I went and looked it up and got in touch with doTERRA, and then I did a free class with them, and yeah, learned that there was this whole other world about essential oils. So when I talk about taking them internally or even using them neat on the skin, really I'm more referring to aromatic medicine. And a lot of people just aren't familiar with that, but that's actually been around a long time, even longer than the traditional aromatherapy. That kind of went down more the beauty industry route and went more into diluting heavily, using them for massage, using them for de-stressing, diffusing them, putting them into the bath. But there is actually this whole other world about essential oils that if you buy a brand that does testing that's rigorous enough to make sure that there's absolutely no chance of any nasty toxins being added in or getting in, then you get to enjoy the world of aromatic medicine as well as aromatherapy. So, you can even cook with essential oils. You can replace a lot of like herbs with them. You can clean your house with them. You can use them to support the health of your children, your pets. It's just so many things that you can do with essential oils. So I think that's really why there's been just such a huge buzz about them the last couple of years, as more and more people start to learn some of these amazing new ways to use them. And so what I'm going to talk to you about today are some of my favorite ways that, were really the game changers for me. So first and foremost, for me, when I started getting into kind of more natural living, I was in my late 20s and I started having some health challenges. And I was looking for, my own research into like what I could do to improve things like IBS or bad skin and kind of brain fog and these type of things that I was experiencing. And I could see that I was probably having a toxic overload. So I was just totally using like regular cleaning products, regular cookware. I was drinking water out of the tap. I was drinking alcohol a lot at the weekends. I was eating any old food. I was using any old toiletries. Like I had no idea that there was like this whole other world of more natural alternatives or this low tox living lifestyle. I didn't know anything about it, and I certainly didn't know like why you would do that. So when I went on this search for more information, I started learning about these different topics. And so I decided that I would take things like one step at a time, not get overwhelmed, because if you were to go out and just try and go low tox in every part of your life right away, it would just be very intense and very expensive. So I just took things like little by little. And then over like, say, probably like 7 or 8 years now, I've I've cleaned up most parts of my life. There's still parts I'm working on. It's always an ongoing project. You're never going to get it perfect. But I'm quite happy with where I'm at, and the progress I've made is just phenomenal. So I actually broke it down into like there's 8 categories if you want to think about where you should look at where the most toxins are in your life that you could clean up. If we think about that, we could go into your environment. So what's going on around your house? Okay, that could be anything from EMFs to bad cleaning products full of chemicals to air quality. There's a lot of stuff that goes on around the house. You could even go into like the furniture in your house, your carpeting, your bed sheets. So anything that's in your physical environment like that. Okay, that would be one area to look at. Your water is a really important area because you drink so much water every day. Your kind of personal care, so toiletries, makeup, oral hygiene, anything you're putting on your body, right, to make yourself cleaner, look better, anything that's personal care. Your food and the way you cook your food, that's another area. The way you clean, do your laundry, that's area number 5. What else? You have the air quality in the house. I think I have that down in my head as a separate area, air quality. So not using toxic sprays as well, and plugins, room fresheners, that kind of a thing is really important, and using air filters. And then I think I have, what else am I missing? Oh, your what you use for your own health choices. So are you using a lot of pharmaceutical drugs, or are you using more natural remedies and things like that? That would definitely be another one. And I think there's another category that I'm probably forgetting. I should have it up here for myself. But anyways, there's 8 main categories when I worked it all out of what I've done over the last like 7 or 8 years. And of those 8 categories to go low tox, I could clearly see that with the essential oils and the knowledge that I've been able to gain, I could very easily go low tox in 5 out of 8 of those areas, like pretty much straight away. So if you're like me and you want to clean up your life, if you're having any sort of health issues where you think it's related to toxic overload, or even if you're not and you just want to prevent, you're really into preventative healthcare, because that's also something that's really dear to me, and that's why I go to such lengths to look at healthier alternatives for me and especially my kids. Well, then using essential oils, straight off the bat, you've got cleaning. That's done. You don't have to look any further. You have something there to do all of the cleaning of the house, natural and immune boosting. You have things, oh, I remember the 8th category. You have things for emotional toxins, emotional stress. That is totally part of lowering your toxic load, is just not feeling emotionally so heavy. So the essential oils are amazing for that. You have things for natural health remedies. Okay, so you can really get very effective results with this natural plant medicine. You have things for the air quality in the house, and you have really, really good options for personal care. So toiletries and oral hygiene and all the things that's going on your body. A huge proportion of that can be solved by learning about essential oils. So basically, you know, if you can get 5 of those categories, if you can get your, like, I like to score myself and how I feel I'm doing in all 8. And then I like to pick 1 or 2 categories per year to focus on improving my score. Because I said, this is a longer process. It's a journey. It's never going to be perfect, but just keeping an eye on how you can continually improve is the best way to do it. So if you can like literally improve 5 out of those 8 very easily and quickly enough with learning just about how to use a high grade essential oil, well then that's going to really appeal to people that love the low tox lifestyle. So that's the first thing. The second area for me that I've really been drawn to with essential oils is the skin benefits. So when I first started using essential oils, I had like adult acne. I had pretty bad rosacea. I had little bumps all over my face. My skin was dull. There was scarring on it. Like I literally had awful skin, and I would not go out of the house without having full makeup on. I was just so conscious of the way my skin looked in my late 20s. And I think because I had come off the pill, it also got really bad around that time. And so I had been looking to go more natural with my skincare because I noticed that certain brands that I was using, they were full of chemicals and they were definitely irritating my sensitive skin. So I started just first like using more natural skincare, and that helped, but it didn't really get rid of the acne or the rosacea or the scarring. It was just slight improvement. But then when I found the oils, it was like within a few days, all the acne was gone. I started using lemon oil, and that just disinfected it. It got rid of all the probably bacteria and skin mites and whatever was going on in my face. And it was just such a crazy results for me and so fast. And I had been going to all these facial kind of high-end salons and spas before my wedding, and they worked, but as soon as I stopped going, my skin was exactly the same way before. So it was just not feasible to keep up that level of investment in the facials. So the oils were just like it's the most beautiful gift for me to find and to be able to share with some other people I knew who were having similar skin issues around that time. And since then, I don't have acne really anymore. I might have the odd breakout, and at least I know like I can use my oils and I can get rid of it in a couple of days. But you know, now I'm getting closer to 40, and I would use the oils for fine lines and anti-aging. I use them for pigmentation issues I've had with both of my pregnancies. I've got some melasmas, and now I'm pregnant again. So I'm just waiting for that next melasma to come up on my face because I seem to get one for each child. So I would use them for, you know, lowering the discoloration and freckles as well, and sun damage on my skin. So those sort of pigmentation issues. And then I would use them also for hydrating my skin. So not just dry skin where it's like you don't have enough oil and you could be using like more oily products or moisturizers. I'm talking about when your skin is actually not got enough water and it starts to look dull, your pores get larger, and you are more prone to breakouts. And it just doesn't look very nice to have dehydrated skin. And so many people have it and they don't even know that they have it. So I would use oils like rose oil. Touch is brilliant for dehydrated skin. Clary sage oil is very good for that as well. Lavender oil is brilliant. Lavender oil is also really good if you have like dry skin, like flaky skin. It just gets rid of the flakes straight away. I'd use the oils for scarring on my skin. So wherever I've had like a mark that didn't go away or anything like that, or if you had cut yourself that you wanted the skin to heal back really quickly and not leave a mark, things like that. Or what else for skin? I'm trying to think of all the different things now. Obviously, if you have any sort of skin infections or rashes or anything like that, they're absolutely brilliant. But I'm trying to think of what I use them for on my face mainly now. So pigmentation, dehydration, fine lines. I guess they're kind of the main things that I would use them for. I know I'm forgetting one. Oh yes, of course, rosacea. So redness of the skin, which so many Irish and English people tend to suffer with because of our, I guess, the way our genetics are. So brilliant for helping lower rosacea and evening out the skin texture, getting rid of bumps and having nicer, smoother skin, and giving it more of a glow as well. So these are all things that I have used the oils for and had like mind-blowing results. And you're not talking about that much money. Once you've invested in your oils, like they last for years and years, and you can make all different products out of them. Like I made one eye roller because I realized I was getting some fine lines under my eyes, and I was like, well, I always use a serum on my face, or several serums actually, because serums get to the bottom layer of the skin. But I don't usually use a serum under my eyes. I just use an eye cream. So I had this light bulb moment last year, like, what am I doing? I'm ignoring my poor eyes, and they're the one of the spots that's going to go straight away as you start hitting 40, right? Some people even when they're hitting 30. And so I decided I'm going to make up my own eye serum, and I put blue tansy, yarrow palm, which is included with a pomegranate oil, like a carrier oil, and frankincense, which is so good for preserving the skin cells. And I started using that from last May to last like November. And I would just roll it on with a roller bottle. And then I'd put my eye cream on. And I could put up a picture of the before and after I get off this live. But the results were just incredible. Like, I could not believe. I'd say it was like 70 to 80% reduction in the amount of fine lines I had under my eyes. And I literally made that for like a couple of euro, and I still have 90% of the bottle left, and I use it twice a day since last spring. So you don't need that much, and the oils, a little goes a long way for very effective results. So I think I've covered off skin there and a nice quick summary of what you could do for skincare. And I think you can tell how much I love the oils for skin. And that's one of the reasons that I started doing the beauty shows and introducing them more into the beauty industry so that I could spread the awareness of this, because most people have no clue about what essential oils can do for the skin. And in actual fact, you'll see some people on the internet, you know, who say that any fragrances that are added to skincare is bad. And yeah, I agree with them on most occasions. A synthetic fragrance would be bad to put into a product for no reason other than just to smell. But if they're classifying essential oils in that, they couldn't be further from the truth. Like, my own experience and the experience of all my customers has been life-changing for skincare. Okay, so let's move to the next area that I love about essential oils, and that is oral hygiene, right? So, a lot of people don't realize how important it is to keep the mouth clean as possible, to get rid of bacteria, to get rid of these pathogens, right? It's of all the parts of our body, the mouth is going to have by far the most pathogens because of like the food that's constantly going in there and getting stuck in there and stuff like that. And then those pathogens, you know, they get stuck in the mouth and then they start going down into the bloodstream. Hi, Nicole. Good to see me live. Yeah, I haven't done a live on my own public page in like, I don't know how long. So I need to change that. And there's more people that need to hear me doing my lives, not just my own customers. So back to the oral hygiene. So yeah, if you even just go to YouTube and you look at like the health effects of actually bad oral hygiene or like mouth bacteria and how it travels from your mouth down into your cardiovascular system, and it blocks up your arteries and it causes like strokes and heart attacks, and it's a serious long-term health problem, as well as like all other sorts of other issues you might have as you get older. A lot of it comes from not like having this mouth bacteria. So for me, I first started using the oils for oral hygiene because I wanted whiter teeth and I didn't want to get cavities. I didn't want to have to be going getting fillings at the dentist, right? And so I was just using them more for that. I was using them to prevent cavities, and they would make my teeth feel so like smooth and clean, like as if I'd been for a hygienist appointment. So way better than regular toothpaste. And that was the original reason I started using them. And then I started having some issues with my mouth where an old tooth that had been root canaled was getting infected every so often. And so I was able to use the oils to keep that at bay. And then when I had eventually got it pulled, to help heal the area, to help prevent infection, and to numb the pain, like serious pain numbing ability as well. So for me, oral hygiene, I love myrrh essential oil. Myrrh is just like, there's nothing like myrrh for your mouth. It just cleans the teeth so well. It whitens, like really, really whitens. Like if you do it for a couple of days, just myrrh on your toothbrush, you will see like very quick results with the whitening. And it's so nice because you're not putting nasty toxic chemicals in your mouth to get a whiter smile. And then if you did have like oral surgery or a tooth infection or something like that, by putting the myrrh on, it quickly gets rid of the pain. And the reason for that is because myrrh oil interacts with the opioid receptors in your brain, just the same way that painkillers that are made from opioids do. So not panic, we do not have opioids in myrrh oil, but it just basically, it interacts with the same part of the brain that the opioids do. Okay, so that's why it's just so good. So that's why I love myrrh oil, for whitening, for cleanliness, for killing bacteria in the mouth, for killing any pain if issues should arise. It's just my go-to. Other ones that are great would be peppermint essential oil. It's really good for freshening the breath, giving you an energy boost, clearing your sinuses. Like, what a lovely thing to use first thing in the morning. Or especially if you've had a couple of glasses of wine the night before. That's a really good one to use the next morning, just to kind of freshen yourself up a bit and get rid of that nasty taste in your mouth. On Guard essential oil, which is a blend of oils that has like clove and cinnamon and rosemary, that's really great for oral hygiene as well. That's going to have a really good effect at cleaning the mouth. And it tastes really nice as well. I actually make my mouthwash out of that. And so and what I tend to do is I'll use like different oils like all the time, so that I'm always changing it up. And I also make a tooth oil blend, which I use usually at in the morning. I use my tooth oil blend because it has peppermint in it, and I don't want to be kept up at night because it's a little bit stimulating. So in my tooth oil blend, I use like a sesame seed oil, and then I put some peppermint, some myrrh, some frankincense. It's really good for gum health. Some On Guard, and usually some tea tree, and sometimes I put lemon in it. So it's a whole load of like real cleansers for the mouth. And I just brush my teeth with that beautiful tooth oil blend. I don't even use toothpaste anymore because it just doesn't work as good. And then at nighttime, I usually always do my myrrh oil straight on the toothbrush. And then if you want to get crazy with the oral hygiene, you could be putting some oils onto your roll of tooth floss. So now you've got essential oil tooth floss for added cleansing benefits. And I find when I do that, my gums get less inflamed. You can add essential oils to your water pick or your water flosser, so that when the water is going down into the gums, you're also getting the essential oils to go down into the gums for deeper cleaning, okay? And that's where a lot of that mouth bacteria is lying. So that's a really powerful way to use the oils in oral hygiene. I also always do tongue scraping in the morning, first thing before I drink any water or do anything, because I don't want that bacteria that's sitting on the mouth overnight to then go back into my bloodstream. So what I normally do is 1 drop of one of the oils that I pick that morning onto the tongue scraper, and then use that as well. I'm probably forgetting a couple of other things, but you're getting the point here. You can really boost your results in your mouth by using the oils. They're so effective there. Okay, so we've covered skin, we've covered oral hygiene, and we've covered how to go low tox. The other 4th area that I love to talk to people about is basically more like emotional, spiritual, esoteric use of essential oils. So this one's a little bit harder to like quantify for you, but I'll just tell you some of the ways that I would use them. So if I wanted to manifest something new into my life, let's say I wanted to meet my dream partner, or have a better career, or manifest a new house or something like that, okay, like a big life goal, well then I would use usually rose oil touch as my perfume in the morning and at night and a few times throughout the day, to raise the vibration of me with that rose oil. Rose oil has a really high vibe essential oil. It comes from like so many roses to make that rose oil. And so I've used it several times, and I've even given it to someone as a gift and taught them exactly how I do my manifestation. And it just works so well. It gets you into a much more positive emotional state to be able to then start doing manifestation practices. So normally what I would do is I'd put my rose oil on and I'd take a few deep breaths, and then I would practice gratitude for a few minutes, and then I would do some journaling, And then at nighttime, I'd be doing more like a visualization exercise, and I'd be doing maybe a self-hypnosis audio as I fall asleep, so that I'm putting in all those good thoughts from my subconscious at nighttime as well. And depending on nighttime, I'd often use an app called the Resonance app, which you can download on Google or iPhone. I think it's like €3 or €4, and that uses a bunch of different oils. And she actually has this music that she how do I say this now? She, I guess she kind of channeled the music or something. I don't know, but she can hear the essence of things. She can hear the resonance, how a plant would sound. She has this special gift and ability. And so she wrote this beautiful music for each different oil. I think I have my phone here. I know some of the oils I use generally would be lemon oil, geranium, juniper berry, peppermint, lavender. I think there's about 10, if not 12 oils on the app. This is the Resonance app. And so you take the oil, you breathe it in, and you close your eyes and you do this meditation to the music. And it's so powerful when you use the oil with the music, with the visualization, okay? Because if you're trying to create something for the future and visualize it, then the more senses you engage, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, if you can engage a couple of them while you're doing the visualization, it will be much more powerful and much more effective. So that's why you've now got sound with the music, and you've got the smell with the essential oil, as well as what you're seeing visually, okay? And then there was another something I wanted to say about that. I can't think of it now. Or it'll come back to me. But yeah, so if you're using the oils for more like meditation, journaling, visualization, gratitude, these are all things that are going to really lift your emotions, lift your mood, okay? And it's so important right now in the times that we're living, when we're cut off from a lot of our normal activities. It can get very intense for us being at home all the time. Oh, the thought came back to me and now it's gone again. Anyways, I'm going to let that go. So that was kind of what I wanted to come on and say. I just wanted to highlight some of the top things that I love about essential oils that most people don't know about, and to give you a bit of an idea of why there's been such a buzz about essential oils the last couple of years. And you can check out my new YouTube channel that I just launched on Friday. It's called The Oiler Movement, and it's got 2 videos now, but I'm going to be putting up loads of new content now that I have a lovely studio set up here with some new gadgets. And it's going to have just like really good free content about how to use essential oils. I'm going to put up a load of other stuff as well. Product reviews, comparisons, life hacks, whatever I think that would help the viewers. But mainly it's going to be about essential oils and natural health. And you can go on there and check out like I have actually got a video up about manifestation and some more information about the immune side of the oils and how you can purchase oils and things like that. If you want to just reach out to me, send me a private message or comment on the post. If you want more information, we run regular online webinars. We send out samples to our customers as well, so that they can actually smell something while they do the class with us online. And we talk to them about, like, you know, what areas would you like to try the oils for first? Like, would it be sleep? Maybe stress? Would it be skin? Would it be pain? These are kind of the big like headings that people tend to want to start with, and these are things we can get quick results with the oil, so that you can see how they work. And then while you're doing that, you can work with us, getting some online classes to just kind of start to learn and understand, because yeah, a lot of the stuff I told you, it's a lifestyle, right? It's a whole new way of living your life, more empowered with more choices. But in order to get that, you really need the support of somebody to help you and teach you these things, to make your life easier and to give you that information quicker. So that's what we do at the Oiler Movement. We really support. We have a really active Facebook group, and we run mini courses all the time. And yeah, just spread the information, spread the knowledge, spread the love. Okay. So thank you if you've watched this. I hope to hear from you if you want more information. I hope you're all enjoying Freddie's wonderful event over the weekend, and you've found some other cool, inspiring new stuff that will help you live a great life. And I will let you go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.